Kas, the anger, brings a person to be always in argument, disagreement, always fight. Always fight. Every little thing it's a fight. Why this is here? Why you put the AC like this? Why the heat is too low? Why the heat is too much? Why you put too much salt? Why you didn't serve this? Why you use this plate? Why everything? Why? Should call him why? Why? That's a good name. A criticizer. Every little thing bothers him. So he always in argument. Argument with him, argument with that. Sometimes people write to me that they got fired from their job. How long they work? 1 week. No, I don't know who they are. I read the email. 2 weeks later, I get an email. Rabbi, your blessing helped. What? I got another job. Another week later, I had a very bad day today. What? I got fired. 2 weeks later, Rabbi, Baruch Hashem, I found another job. Another week later, Rabbi, I got fired. Been going on. 6 months, 10 months. After 3-4 times, what do you understand? Everyone he gets fired after a week, that means he cannot interact with people. Every big mouth, every little thing, cursing, fighting, throwing. A person like this, he might as well walk on a computer from his home. Worst comes to worst, he break the computer. But he won't have to fight with people. So, someone that is angry, always in disagreement, always in fights with his friends, they will fight with him, he will fight with them, and it will never end. And also it creates jealousy and competition. Someone that is angry cannot focus when he prays. Full of anger. He cannot focus on the words, there's always something bothering him. He comes to the synagogue, the gabbai put the AC on 75. Angry people, as it is, they're always hot. Because the blood is boiling. So imagine now in August, 100 degrees outside, 95% humidity, with the suit and the tie, is already fuming as it is. And he comes to the synagogue and it's very hot. And he looks at the thermostat and he sees 75. This cheap gabbai, I'm gonna choke him. Again he put on 75. How many times we told him put on 65? We're dying here. How much you saving? $10 the whole Shabbat. For $10, 500 people will suffer 24 hours over here. Now obviously he cannot daven. He doesn't know what he say. His mind is the entire 3 hours on Shabbat morning, when can I put my hand on that cheap gabbai? People with anger, imagine what happened if someone sat in their seat in synagogue before they arrived. They come on Shabbat morning and they see a guest. He is not from town. He doesn't know where to sit, sat in their place. Excuse me, don't you see a name? I'm sorry, I only sat now. It started at 8. I waited an hour, I didn't know where to sit. I saw no one came. 9 o'clock already. It's almost Musaf. I sat. Angry. הכעסן מונע מעצמו מוסר ותוכחות. He's preventing from himself to hear musar. Everyone who rebuke him, he wants to kill him. So obviously, don't tell me, don't preach to me, mind your own business. Every little thing get him angry. So obviously, you can never rebuke him. If he was a comfortable person, you rebuke him, he will change. You save him from hell. But now, when he doesn't want to hear rebuke, he will continue the same way all his life in mistake. Why? Everyone is afraid to tell him something. Why? Because no one has the guts to tell him his mistakes and his ugly behaving. No one will dare to tell. Don't mess with this guy. Whatever you do in this company, don't get on this guy's nerve. You don't want to fall into his mouth. And he thinks, oh, I'm such a gangster. Everyone is shaking from me. But in the end, that's what's going to destroy him. Because then he will realize, wow, if I wasn't like that, many people would direct me in the right direction. So everyone is afraid to rebuke him. כללו של דבר, the general rule, the angry person can never accept any good trait or any rebuke as long as he's angry. Nothing good gets in, nothing good comes out from him. דברי חכמים, when you talk, you have to be pleasant. Put some spice in your speech. Let people laugh a little bit. Even if you speak words of rebuke, 2 hours just to punch on people's head with a hammer, they'll break. So once in a while you have to have sense of humor. Tell a joke, you change a little bit, people laugh, it relaxes them. Then you give them another hour of punches. But between one punch to another, you have to break the ice a little bit. הכעס, the anger, גורם עזות לאדם, turns a person to an arrogant human being. Anger brings arrogance. מחמת הכעס לא ייכנע, anger causes that you will never surrender. You don't think rationally. וגם לא יודע על האמת, and you will never admit I was wrong. You're right, I was wrong. I want to ask you a question. What's harder for a person, to say I was wrong or to tell his friend you're right? You're right, you're right. Two people argue. He say left, he say right. In the end, after an hour of argument, you already know you lost. What's easier for you to get out of this argument? To tell your friend, you know what, you're right. You're right. Or to say, you know what, I was wrong. Which one is harder? It's impossible for you to say I was wrong. It's very difficult to say to someone you are right, because your ego is dying now. But when saying to someone you are right, it still left you some dignity in your mind. Meaning you are right, but I'm also not wrong. I was also right. It could be that both of us are right. So by me saying you are right, I didn't really lose fully. It's not a knockout. I lost by points. It's not as bad. But to say I was wrong, that's a knockout. Now it depends how great you are. If you have good traits, it does not bother you at all. And there is a higher level. When you know your friend is right, the worst level is not to admit. You die and you will not admit. You will argue for a month, knowing is right. That's the worst person. The next level, which is not as bad, is after a long argument, you say you are right, but you won't say I was wrong. The next level is that you are able to say I was wrong. That's already higher. And there is the highest level. What's the fourth and best level? That you are willing to tell him I was wrong, knowing you are 100% right. And you still tell him you're right, I was wrong. You're right. Right? Let him be happy. Big deal. And so you have no ego whatsoever. Even when you know for sure you're right, you tell him, no, you're right, I was totally wrong, I'm sorry, I apologize. It won't happen again. That's a hero already. That's only legends like Avraham Avinu, David HaMelech, people like this.